Hi creative friends, this is Freya and thank you so much for being here. So honestly you guys, I have fallen down the rabbit hole with my little painted ladies and I am so loving where this is going. And I don't know where it's going, but I'm loving the process. I'm loving the unfolding. I'm loving the journey. I am in such a state of mindfulness, being present, just a state of play and curiosity and beginner's mind. Like I have absolutely no expectations and I am allowing the work to lead me. And I've been doing this more and more in my journals and my work thus far, but just there's something about these being a physical, like I can touch these ladies, like it's like they're bringing them more to life and I'm just working with them in a different way. So anyways, I have fallen down the rabbit hole and I'm so happy in my little rabbit hole. It is comfortable in my rabbit hole. It's beautiful. It's inspiring. It's just, I love it. It's gorgeous. I don't want to leave, but I am going to be working on a mixed media portrait, part of my 100-day project. And when I say that I move from this to that, from one project to another, I mean, I'm still working on this. If you had to like look at my art table right now, I have all of these ladies over here. I've got like a million little bits and pieces of like collage and moons and suns and whatever. So I am still working on that, but I am looking at my 100-day project, mixed media portraits, in a new way. And when I said that when you go back and forth from one project to another, it strengthens everything. So now I don't know if I can translate what I have in my head onto the paper, but I have this idea of me using collage in a little bit of a different way than I have been thus far in my 100-day project. So all I did over here is I spilled some red ink, and what actually happened is, let me see if I can find it. So I was making a piece of collage, like this is just my paper towel, and so I laid this paper towel on, this is a watercolor paper, and I was just like, you know, laying out the paint to make this red, and then the red ink got onto the paper. So I said, hey, I'm going to use this for my 100-day project. And then what I did is I just spilled some of my blue calligraphy ink, an ultramarine blue, and I put some tea bags. So I'm going to bring this up closer. There's a couple of tea bags, maybe one tea bag there and one tea bag here. And I think I might have layered 2 tea bags here, I don't remember. And then I did some writing. So nothing major, it's just, you know, a juicy, delicious mixed media background for my 100-day project. So what I did is, I do have some new papers, I'm just gonna show you. I have this gorgeous paper here, which I just love. And I have this paper, which I'm loving, this peachy gold. It's like peach, and then it's got gold dots on it, and it's so beautiful, and it's made in either Nepal or India, and this as well is handmade paper. And I also have some of this tissue paper here, which is so beautiful. And so what I did is I cut a small piece of this paper because I don't want to use too much of it, like it can overwhelm the piece. And I do tend to have a heavy hand sometimes, you know, because I'm like, oh my God, I love my paper, and then I want to put it everywhere, but that's not always the best. So I just cut a small piece out, and this is because it's so graphic. It can be very overpowering. You know, a little goes a long way. So I put that off to the side, and I have my dictionary pages. Now I have this idea in my mind, and I don't know how it's gonna go, you guys. I am completely inspired by my painted ladies over here and all the stuff I've been doing. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just going to once again like search for where I want to put my figure, and like part of me wants to put it here and then part of me wants to put it there. I don't know, and I'm just gonna turn it around even, and let me see, would that work out better? No, that's not gonna, no. So either I'm gonna go like this way here, I mean, the great thing about this Stabilo pencil is if like I don't like it, I can just take my paper towel and I can just wet it and I can just erase my marks. So I think what I'm gonna do is I am going to try to place my figure here. And I really love the tea bags on the for the hair. Like, well, actually I love it on the face too, so, but I mean, I just love my tea bags, you guys. It doesn't matter if it's on the face, if it's on the hair, if it's on the neck, it just doesn't matter. I just really do love it. So here, what I'm gonna do, and I have to tell you that after working on the grays where I didn't use my ultramarine blue at all, it just feels so decadent almost to be able to use my ultramarine blue. I'm so appreciative. I do love this ultramarine blue for my shadows, because it just, I don't know, it works so well with the warm flesh tones. And okay, so I think I am going to go like so, and then like bring the hair down here, and then I am going to go. Oh, and I really love the way the tea bag just came there. Do you see what I mean, you guys? I love it everywhere. Like, that's gonna be part of the neck, and then that could be the neckline. I mean, I just love my tea bags. And okay, so I have this idea in my head, but yeah, I don't know how it's gonna really kind of transpire in real life, but we're gonna just kind of see how it goes. So I think what I want to do first of all is I want to block in some of the hair over here. And I don't know if I want brown hair or black hair, but regardless, I'm just gonna block it in because there's so much red, like it is a bit overpowering. So I need to start blocking in some stuff so I can kind of figure out what's going on. And this reminds me of working in Painting the Feminine art journal, where I talk about how Connie has a busy foreground and a busy background, and I don't know how on earth she does it, but it's like, you know, I need to tame some stuff down, otherwise it's just going to scramble up my brain and confuse me. Yeah, so I need to kind of like, I need to just get some stuff here. And I don't know, I think I'm gonna just add some chalk paint in black here. So remember you guys when I did the, I think it was when I did the Still Life series, and I talked about you know, looking at things as shapes. So when you're doing hair, especially, a lot of times, like when you first start out, it's really easy to think of hair as like one flat color field. But what I would recommend that you do is look at artists that you really love. Like, go and look at and it doesn't have to be the originals, even like you can look at it in print and get a viewfinder and just really isolate parts of the painting. Like say isolate parts of the hair, for instance, with your viewfinder, and really look at it not as hair, but just look at it as like almost an abstract kind of a color field, and you will see like all the different colors and textures and values that are in the hair. It's not a flat color field. I mean, unless it's like a poster painting, you know, which is a style where everything is really flat. But if it's not a poster painting, which most paintings are not, you know, then just look at things abstractly through a viewfinder, and you are going to see how there are really, they're shapes that are put together, and your mind is going to do a lot of the translating, because your mind's going to look at it and go, oh, okay, that's hair, because that's a face, so on top of the face there's going to be your head, which, you know, is going to have hair. So like your mind does a lot of that work. Anyways, okay, so what I'm gonna do now, this is a part where I'm like trying to translate what I am seeing in my head onto the page, and I'm trying not to cover up too much stuff with paint, but like I said, you know, I got to like tone down some of the stuff, you guys, because it's a lot. So I'm just gonna tone it down here, like the background, so I can like figure out what I'm gonna do for the face here. So I'm just like, I want some of the writing to show, but I don't want it to be too distracting either. And I know everything looks like a big juicy mess right now, which is totally fine. I'm okay with that. So let me just move that clothespin out of the way there. Oh, you guys, I was just gonna say, if you go to the dollar store, you can buy a whole bunch of clothespins, like a pack of, I don't know what it is, like 18 or something, for like $1. And you know, they are so great to use in your studio for everything. Like I use clothespins for so many things. And you don't have to like go to the craft store, like if you go to Michael's, it's gonna be like really expensive. The exact same thing. I mean, they might be a little prettier, they might have patterns on them, and I do have some with patterns on them and stuff, but I just, you know, a long time ago I just bought a whole pack from the dollar store, and I use it all the time for everything. So okay, so now I feel like I've toned down like you know, some of the background, so I can kind of think a little bit here. Now I do want some of it to show. Okay, so I do want some of it to show. Okay, now I have this idea it's not even a fully formed idea, you guys. It's like a half-baked idea, because I only started working with my cutout ladies, like it's not even a week ago. So it might be like 3 or 4 days ago that I started. And I've been obsessed, and I've been working on it incessantly because it's just so addicting. But I have these ideas that are like half-baked. They're not like fully formed at all. So that makes it a little bit more difficult, but I'm just gonna go for it. Okay. So let me see here. So what I want to do is I want some of the collage pieces to play a prominent role in the portrait. So I'm being very, very influenced. So I just made this like, I think this morning, and I just absolutely love this lady because I mean, she's so strong. Like, look at the expression on her face. Like, I absolutely love her. I'm in love. And this paper, it looks actually like Indian sari. It looks like Indian sari fabric. And I put some of that paper on the chin of her face, and I kind of blended it in, but I'm just so loving everything about this. But anyways, I'm sorry, I got off topic. But I want some of the collage to actually like be a part of the portrait, you know? So okay, I'm gonna make like a neckline over here. I'm just gonna kind of make a neckline. Okay, and that's gonna work well with the tea bags there, with the tea bag line there. And then what I'm gonna do, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am going to put a little bit of, I'm gonna build up the face a little bit with dictionary pages, and I'm gonna end up probably layering like the dictionary pages with the collage that I want to show. And everything is, I'm probably gonna have to do another part to this, you guys, because everything is like the hair is all puddling up, but I don't want it to run into the face and muddy it up. But anyways, let's just okay, so I do want to keep some of the red here. Okay, you guys, things are getting kind of muddly puddly here. So what I'm gonna do, you guys, is because this idea is like half baked in my head, and because I am wanting this to dry naturally and I don't want things to muddy up, I'm gonna stop the video here, and I'm gonna do a part 2, and I'm gonna journal. I'm gonna actually like get out my book and I'm gonna journal about this half-baked idea, and I'm gonna try to kind of flesh it out a little bit, and I will talk a little bit about it when I do my part 2. So if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.